What's up, boat gang? So I'm just basically giving y'all a quick little update here. It won't be a very long video or a very in-depth video on anything, but except the hull and a couple of little things that we're gonna do. But we got the tenshock motor, we've got our receiver, we've got our Kraken 120, we've got our flex cable, everything's good there. We've got our top and pieces for the hull, front and back. I went ahead and burned them, got them looking really nice. Everything, these pieces have one layer of polyurethane on them. I've since sanded it down. These have 2 layers of poly. I'm gonna put a 3rd layer on the top, but I'm not gonna do the bottoms anymore because these are gonna get sanded just a little bit. Since the polyurethane is really slippery, we're probably gonna sand maybe this back portion here to give that a little bit, duller finish, smoother finish, so water breaks off of it easier. But basically got those looking real nice. Wanted you to see the hull. So this was the 2nd layer of poly. I opted not to do alcohol mixed with epoxy on this. I did alcohol epoxy mix on my others, and I just wanted to try something different this go around. And that has 2 layers of it. So far, we're about to do the 3rd. And I finished my nose cone this morning. So we did 2 layers of regular wood, 1 layer of basswood. You can kind of see that the basswood got a whole lot darker. And then we just took a wooden dowel rod and we cut that in half and used that as the nose cone. Rounded it over. It's got 1 layer of poly on it and then 2 layers of poly on the boat. But I'm fixing to... I went to Ace Hardware and I got it over here. Let's see. Got this brand new warm gloss polyurethane. The one that I had is like 3 years old. It's a gallon jug. It's getting really low and kind of really thick. So I figured I'd get something that's fresh, something that's thinner. That way when I do brush it on, it doesn't kind of streak. Because what you really want poly to do, you want to lay it and then have it spread out. And that's what I was actually running into an issue where it wasn't really spreading out. It was kind of like streaking. So we'll see if we can get it to end up a little bit better. But so far, the boat's looking really good. I got my ski. I finished that this morning. This was actually the ski that I originally made for Project Century. And I worked on it for about, 30, 45 minutes. Got the contour right. And it fits the boat really well. I do have a slight lip right here. Nothing you can do about that. I've got to fill that in with epoxy. We'll do some epoxy and Cabasil, make it really thick. And we'll basically just put a transition there and then we'll sand it down later. But I'll have to wait for that. That'll be kind of like the last step. And then as far as the boom tubes, so you can see the difference. One's hollow, one's not. And I think the factory boom tubes are fiberglass. I'm not 100% on that, but I bought these solid carbon ones, and that's what we're going to go with. We're going to use the solid carbon ones on this. Only reason why is I'm going to show you. So let's see the flex in that, right? Now look at this. Nothing. Nowhere near the amount of flex. And I was putting both of these together and bending them both at the same time. It kind of takes 2 hands to do it. But you can see, like, even if you press, that one bends, that one doesn't. So I would say this boom tube here is way, way, way stronger. I'm going to say, if I were to guess, I would say it's 4 times stronger. That's just my number. Now, the thought process is you do not want your boom tubes to flex, because if they flex, then they're going to make your front sponson curve this way or that way. So under extreme load, 90 or 100 miles an hour, you don't want the one with the turn fin pulling, because when it starts to pull, the turn fin may act like a rudder and may make the boat go one way or another. So that's the reason why we're going to go with the solid carbon rods. Not sure if that's going to be a benefit. Not sure if it's going to be a hindrance. Who knows? But what it will do, it will add a little bit of additional nose weight to the boat. And I think nose weight is going to be a benefit. Just a slight amount of nose weight. Because I remember back in the day, Big B used to have to put a little piece of weight. I think he would put a socket in the front of his boat to keep the nose down above 80 miles an hour. So maybe the additional weight from the solid carbon boom tubes will help. Who knows? But just figured I'd give you all a quick update. I'm about to lay some more poly on this thing. Once that's done, it's really just time for assembly because everything else is pretty much set. Only thing I think I've got to do is desolder these 3 wires, and then we're going to solder on the 4mm buckets right onto those leads right there and keep everything nice and tidy. But yeah, so this is video 2 in the process. The other one was really long during the assembly process. But yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Let me know what you're looking forward to. And hopefully we can get this thing to do 100 miles an hour on 4S. I'm going to try to hit 100 miles an hour on 4S. If not, we'll shove 5S in this thing. And hopefully I've got somebody working on a 5S pack that is from SMC. It'll be an 1800 mile 5S pack, and it should fit in the boat. But who knows? We'll see what happens. See y'all later. Peace.